Welcome to KnifeIndia.com, your one-point stop for knives, multi-tools and accessories in India. One of the most important things before you buy a knife is to know what are the different types of blades that exist. Every blade design has its own advantages and disadvantages, and having this information helps you to select the knife that is best suited for your requirements. Now, to identify the blade type of a knife, the first thing you need to do is to examine the back edge or the unsharpened edge. Its shape and curvature mostly determines the type of blade. Now, with this small info out of the way, let's begin with the first blade type, which is the normal blade. As already stated, let's examine the back edge. In a normal blade, the back edge is straight and the sharpened front edge curves to meet it at the end point. Many people consider this design to be the best for thrusting, since after the initial thrust, the entire width for the blade is created. Moving on to a second and one of the most popular blade types is the clip point blade type, which is characterized by a back edge that runs straight from its origin near the handle till the mid of the blade. Thereafter, it curves until it reaches the point of the knife. Now, to make this curvature in the back edge, some part of the blade is clipped off, and this is what gives a clip point blade type its name. The main advantage of a clip point is that it has a very sharp edge point, and hence clip points make a very good piercing tool. Additionally, the curvature of back enables the front sharpened edge to be long enough, making it also good for slicing. Finally, since the edge point is generally very narrow, clip points are very good for use in tight spots. However, generally the edge points are weak. Next comes the drop point blade type, which is characterized by a back that originates near the handle and reaches the edge point in a single curved shape. There are no midpoints or changes in curvature. The single curved design of the back gives the drop points a highly controllable point. Again, the drop point has a sharp edge point and making it good for piercing. Additionally, plenty of sharp bottom edge makes it good for slicing tool as well. Next in our list again is a popular type, which is the Tante blade type. The Tante blade has a high point with a flat grind, leading to an extremely strong point. The front edge of the Tante knife meets the back edge at an angle rather than a curve. The Tante blade does not have a belly, which is sacrificed in exchange for a stronger tip, so it is not useful as generally as a utility knife. However, its extremely strong point allows it to be used in tough situations where piercing hard materials is needed. Fifth in our list is a dagger blade type that is also commonly referred to as the needle blade. This type of blade is characterized by the fact that there is no back edge. The edge point is right at the center of the blade, making this type of blade as the best thing for piercing. However, generally speaking, the blade being thin, the edge points are weak and hence only intended to pierce softer materials. Another disadvantage of a needle point is that since it is designed for piercing, these are not good for slicing works. This type of blade has been developed mostly as a piercing weapon in close combat situations. Next is the spear point blade type, and just as in the case of needle point, the edge point is right at the center axis of the blade. They can have both one or two sharpened edges. As opposed to the needle point, however, the blade being thicker provides a tip that is both strong and sharp. Seventh in line comes the trailing point blade type. This type is characterized by the back edge that curves upwards from its origin point. The major advantage of this design is that the upward curvature further elongates the front sharpened edge, and hence these are very good for slicing. Because of this, they are natural choice for skinning or filleting knives. Next comes the gut hook blade type. These have a sharpened semicircle on the back edge of the knife and are especially designed for field dressing operations while hunting. For this purpose, a small cut is made in the skin. The sharp semicircle is then placed in it and the knife is then pulled back like a zipper, ripping open the skin without cutting the internal organs. However, this said gut hooks are a natural choice for field dressing because of its hook and also of the large unsharpened under edge for slicing or skinning. However, one of the biggest disadvantage of gut hooks is the fact that it is very difficult to sharpen the hook once it becomes dull. Last of all comes the hawksbill blade type, that is a hook-shaped blade that has a concave belly. The blade design is good for cutting textiles, ropes and other such things. And also because this design is considered to be the best for cutting nylon ropes, a lot of marine knives use this kind of a blade design. However, that said, these cannot be used for piercing or push cuts as the blade's curvature disallows this. One of the best examples of a hawksbill blade type is the Karambit knife that found its origination in the Indonesian warfare. These were some of the most important and popular blade types available in the markets today. So the next time you intend to buy a knife, do remember to check out its blade type, as that will help you in selecting a knife that is better suited to your requirements. So this concludes the informative video, and if you liked it, do remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube.